articles, please forward it to me so that I can post, and of course, I will share the credits of who shared it. So let me begin. Namaskar, good evening. Welcome to our yoga class. As is the usual practice, let's go over the basics of yoga. Yoga is different from Western medicine, and it is different in the sense that Western medicine treats the symptoms, whereas yoga, while it is reducing the symptoms, is actually working towards root cause of illness in the body. And yoga primarily works by stress reduction in the body. It can be done with physical exercises, breathing exercises, mantras, and other meditative practices. An important thing to note about yoga is that the mind does not wander. So keep the awareness within you, focus your mind on your breath, and visualize the part of body that's being exercised, and that will bring maximum benefit through yoga. Yoga is designed to increase energy of communication in body systems. It stimulates better immune system and body's repair mechanism. It makes you feel better and minor issues get resolved. But the same sort of palliative yoga exercises can also have a therapeutic effect. In fact, Dr. Rajan has innovated on a very unique yoga therapy method called measured yoga therapy, where we measure how the nadis on our fingertips are performing. And that gives us a window into how different organs or organ systems in the body are performing, where does the root cause of illness lie. And on the basis of that, we can recommend some very targeted exercises that will benefit your particular condition. So if any of you have any condition you want to talk about, please don't ask it on this forum because this is a public forum. But you can email me or you can email Jayashree Prakash, and that'll be the best way to take it forward. A few points to note about today's yoga class. First and foremost, please follow instructions to avoid any adverse reactions. Important instruction is to keep your spine straight. Make sure that the spine is straight, but it's important that the spine is part of the central nervous system. Should make sure that it is straight and take support if needed. Do your practices gently without strain. There is a limit in duration or count of specific exercises. Please follow it. When you have doubt, avoid the practice or seek clarification. But remember that the liability is entirely yours. Do not multitask or merge two exercises. The slower you do, the better it is for you. The other important thing is regular disciplined practice. Remember that yoga is not just physical exercise, it's a lot more than that, but it is not a religious practice either. So people from all religions are welcome. Yoga brings good health to the mind and the body. It brings inner awareness and a sense of cosmic connection. And with that, I'll welcome you all to our yoga family, and I'll let Dr. Rajan start today's session.
Namaste, everyone. As usual, we will begin with 3 ohms. Let's take a deep breath in. Is there anybody who is new today? If so, please just unmute yourself and say yes. Yes, that is good. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. So we'll begin with our chakra vibration. We bring our attention to the perineum. The perineum is the spot where when you're seated with your support of your 2 buttocks, right in the middle in front of the anus is where you have the perineum, between the anus and the genital area. So that is where we focus and we do the mantra, LUM. When we do LUM, we press against the little finger with the thumb. So let's take a deep breath in. LUM. Ram. Lam. Lam. Release the finger and continue. Now bring the awareness 1 inch above the perineum. This is in the middle of the body, behind the place where we urinate. So keeping the focus there, we do the mantra VAM. Here we press the ring finger with the thumb. Take a deep breath in. Vam. Vam. Release the fingers and continue. Now bring the awareness behind the navel in the middle of the body. And here we do the mantra Ram. And we press the middle finger with the thumb. Take a deep breath in. Ram. 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 Release the finger and continue. Ram. Now bring the awareness in the middle of the chest, in between the breasts, and there we do the mantra Yam. And we press the index finger with the thumb. Take a deep breath in. Yam. Yam. Yum. 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 Release the finger and continue. Yum. Bring the awareness to the throat, and here we do hum with a thumbs up mudra with a loose fist. Hum. Hum. Release the hands and continue. Hum. Now bring the awareness to the middle of the head, and here we do the sound chum. And again, we have thumbs up mudra with a loose fist. Chum. Chum. Release the hand and continue. Chum. Now we bring the awareness to the top of the head, and here we do Om focused on the middle of the head, thumbs up mudra. Release the hand and continue. Last time. Now we go on to the happy face breathing, the Ujjayi Pranayama, and those of you who know, please continue. Those of you who need instruction, with your eyes closed, focus on the throat. Specifically, the throat is in the bottommost part of the mouth where it meets the neck. and there specifically focus on the hole through which food and air passes down. Even though you breathe through the nose, the air is going down from back of the mouth, down the throat, and going down into the lungs. So we focus on that hole there at the throat. Make a big smile as you're observing the throat, and observe as you make a big smile and the cheeks come out, you feel a slight stretch in the throat, in that hole. So keeping your focus on the stretch, inhale and exhale slowly and comfortably, and feel like the air is rubbing along the stretch in the throat. You'll feel like a mild sucking sensation.
Reading the poem is how.
Those of you who are familiar with the spinal ujjayi can go on to the spinal ujjayi. Others continue with your normal ujjayi.
This is
Okay. Now, let's go on to the respiratory mantra. Bring your awareness inside the sternum in the middle of the body. Feel a column or a line going through the middle of the body and out of the head. And along that line, from rising up from the inside the sternum and going through the top of the head, you visualize the vibration Haim Em So it's 3 syllables, Haim Em And you feel like it's going Haim Em Haim Em Haim Em Make sure it goes outside the body, above the head. Otherwise, you can get a headache. And when you do this, it'll have a good respiratory effect for the lungs and the cardiorespiratory system. Continue. Now we go on to our spinal alignment exercises, starting with the neck. Today, in our discussion session, I'll speak about once again about the COVID vaccine and some of the recent news we have and all of that. So those of you who are interested can stay at that time. So let's begin with the taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently tilt your head and bring one ear towards the shoulder. And inhale, come back up. Exhale, tilt the other way and bring the ear towards the other shoulder. Inhale, come back up and continue. Last exhalation. And as you inhale and come back up, turn the head and look over one shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, look over the other shoulder. Inhale, come back and continue.
चलो फिर ओमर अच्छा
Last exhalation. And when you inhale, come back. Now take a deep breath in and lift up the head and go all the way back. And as you exhale, bring the chin towards the chest. Continue. Last exhalation as you bring the chin down to the chest. We go 360 degrees around the neck. Inhale, half a circle, and exhale, complete the circle, and continue. As you complete the exhalation and complete the circle, we go backward. Reverse, inhale, half a circle, and exhale, complete the other half, and keep going in the reverse direction. As you complete the circle, we continue next to the shoulder exercises. Now inhale, lift up one shoulder, and exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Inhale, lift up the other shoulder, exhale, rotate it back and bring it down, and continue. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Now we raise the hands up, palms facing the floor. And as you inhale, lift up the palm and stretch out the fingers. And as you exhale, thumb in and make a downward facing fist. So let's go. 1, inhale and exhale. Again. Again. Continue. Again. Last time. Now keep the fist and we go around the fist. Inhale half a circle and exhale the other half and continue. Last exhalation, let's go in the reverse direction. Inhale and exhale. Last inhale and last exhale. Now, bring the elbows in line with the shoulders with a loose fist. And as you inhale, go around the wrist, open out the palm. And as you exhale, come down. Inhale and exhale. Now, as you exhale, let's go backward. Inhale and exhale. Last inhalation and last exhalation. Interlock the hands and bring it behind the head. Elbows stretched on the two sides in a 180-degree angle. And as you exhale, turn to one side. Inhale, come back. Exhale the other way. Inhale, come back. Continue. Last exhalation. Inhale, come back. Get hold of your elbows behind your head. And as you exhale, pull on one elbow and inhale, come up. Exhale, pull on the other elbow and inhale, come up. Continue. Last exhalation and inhale, come back. Release the hands, bring it down. Now we cross one leg over the other. And as you exhale, we not only pull it in, we cross it over and we turn the head in the other direction. So inhale and exhale and turn. Last exhalation, pull and turn. And as you inhale, we cross over to the other leg. And exhale, pull and turn. Last exhalation, pull and turn and release, inhale. Now sit forward in your seat if you're seated on the chair. And if you're on the floor, make sure there is space behind you. And keep your hands just behind you on the two sides. If you're seated on the chair, make sure you grab your seat firmly so that you won't slip. So taking care of that. And if you're on the floor, keep the fingers pointing forward with the palms down on the floor. And taking a deep breath in, make a backward arch, shoulder and head going back, and feel the pressure on the hands and shoulders and stay there. Inhale and exhale and be there. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, come up, slide the hand forward and interlock the hands and push it straight out. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, turn all the way to one side and stay there. Inhale and exhale a couple of times. Then take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, go all the way to the other side and stay there for a couple of breaths. Now take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, come to the middle. Inhale, palm into the chest. And exhale, bring the palm from the other side with the interlocked palm. And observe how it stretches your fingers, your palms, your wrist, your forearm, your shoulders, the shoulder blades, everything is getting stretched. Inhale and exhale into it. Now take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, turn all the way to one side and stay there. Continue taking normal deep breaths. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, go all the way to the other side. And continue by taking normal breaths there. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, come into the middle, palm into the chest. And as you exhale, bring your hands straight up, fully stretched out. Now take a deep breath in and lift up one shoulder and feel the stretch from the hip, and stay over there and continue inhaling and exhaling. Now take another deep breath in, lift up the other shoulder and tilt the other way and feel the stretch from that shoulder down to the hip. Now inhale, come back up right into the middle. Now take a deep breath in, inhale and lift up the pelvis, lift up the shoulders, straighten the elbows and push on your hands. Then release the fingers. Just rotate around the wrists a couple of times either way. Then bend at the elbows and push the elbows backward. Keep pushing it backward as you slowly lower it down and come down. Now we go on to the alternate nostril breathing, the Anulom Vilom Pranayam. So those of you who know it, please proceed. And for those of you who are new and need instruction, close one nostril, exhale and inhale. The moment you inhale from one nostril, close that nostril and exhale and inhale from the other nostril and continue. Keep alternating. Now we go on to the Bhastrika Pranayam. And here we do full deep breathing. And in this full deep breathing, we start by, as we begin inhaling, we feel the belly come out, and then the chest expand and the shoulder pull back. And as you exhale, they all collapse down. And we do this comfortably and gently. You can keep your hands on your belly to do this, or you can keep your hands in a loose fist with the elbows by the side of the chest. And as you inhale, feel the belly come out. When the chest expands, lift up the elbows a little so that there is space for the chest to go sideways. And then as you continue inhaling, take the shoulder back and open out the palms. And as you exhale, come down. I do notice sometimes, because of other schools, how they do differently. Some people tend to go like this. If you start going like this, you'll find after a few rounds, your shoulder will start aching. This is a breathing exercise. The hand is only for reinforcement of the full breath. So if you start doing this, it's not going to be of any help. Okay? So when you do this like this, of course, there is also the chest expansion wall. This has no benefits, stretching out. Okay? So now the next element is when you inhale, feel the vitality go into the head. And as you exhale, feel it go down. And you can even feel it go out of your legs or hands, whichever way you feel it. Okay? So let's begin now. Let's go. 1, inhale. Exhale. 2, exhale. 3, exhale. 4, exhale. 5, exhale. 6, exhale. 7, exhale. 8, exhale. 9, exhale. 10, exhale. 11, exhale. 12, exhale. 30, exhale. 40, exhale. 50, exhale. 60, exhale. 70, exhale. 80, exhale. 90, exhale. And 20, exhale. Bring down the hands, keep the eyes closed, and observe the sensations within. Let's go on to the second round. This time, I will not call the exhalation. Keep your own timing and keep the exhalation slightly longer than the inhalation. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Bring down the hands, keep your eyes closed to observe the sensations within. It's 6:30 Eastern time, and those of you who need to go at 6:30, you can feel free to leave once the energies settle. So we'll go on to another 3 more rounds of Bhastrika. We will do 5 rounds today. I will also speak on some of the experiences of this extended Bhastrika we have been having with some of the people who have reported to me and what it means. So we'll talk about it in the end. Now let's go on to the next round. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 20. Bring down the hands, keep the eyes closed. Observe the sensations within, if you have any. Each person is different. Some people may not get any sensations till the third round. Some people may find they get sensation the first round, but by the third round, there is no more sensations at all. Anytime you continue, the sensations come, and finally, in the last round, the sensations die off. It means if there are no more sensations in the last round, it means the nadis are perfectly clear. But if you got sensation in the last round and you waited for it to die down, you have to do one more till such time there is no sensation created. So let's go on to the fourth round. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Bring down the hands, keep your eyes closed, and observe the sensations within. Now let's go on to the last round. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. And 20. Bring down the hands. Keep your eyes closed. And observe the sensations within, if any. Once the sensations settle, we are ready to go on to our daily meditation. Make sure your hands are positioned that makes you fully relaxed. There are one of 3 positions you can choose from. One is both palms facing upward with the thumbs touching one over the other and the thumb touching each other and keeping it relaxed in your lap. The second is to have the hands separated, palms open facing upward with the index finger touching the thumb. The third is you can just keep your palms open without the fingers touching anything. So whichever gives you the greatest amount of relaxation, use that position. Now mentally in that position, tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. I let go of everything. I let go of everything. Feel yourself mentally letting go of everything, and your awareness is as if far above the head. And if you have a personal mantra, just keep the focus of your mind on the personal mantra. If you don't have a personal mantra, do the respiratory mantra, Haim, Em, and there is Om in the background. Mentally affirm to yourself, may I be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. And with that as the thought, observe within yourself, feel your senses. And whenever you're ready to come out of meditation, raise your hands up and bring the hands 6 inches in front of your eyes and look straight into the palm of your hands. When you open your eyes, now there are some questions in the chat box, but I also want to talk about the COVID vaccine and the Bhastrika element. So let's take a look at the questions here. Okay, Virendra Khemsara has suggested that at 6:30 for 10 minutes, we should have question answers. I will leave this to the zone of Bal Mukund to figure out. Every time we change something for based upon some suggestion, it affects others negatively. So Bal Mukund as the organizer will figure out what is good for the majority. So during the spinal exercise, I tend to do Ujjayi breathing automatically. I will have to consciously switch to it doesn't matter. You can do the spinal where there is no the Ujjayi, there is no problem. The article on benefits of sleep and this thing, okay, that's good. Okay, so now coming to the COVID vaccine, and actually first let's complete the Bhastrika element here. In Bhastrika, many of you are aware, or two people have actually told me that what happened when they had this, they were doing this 4 and 5 rounds of Bhastrika, they experienced something different and unusual. And the different and unusual element that happened was essentially the case of at night when they go to sleep, they found that they were having some kind of pain in the hip or some reaction or a sciatica pain in the leg and things like that. Now, they felt very good once the Bhastrika was over. Now, what happens is, the solution for that, if anybody has this after reaction, is not to end with 4 or 5 rounds of Bhastrika, but continue and do more rounds of Bhastrika. Why is that the case? The reason is because the way Bhastrika works in your system is, I've explained at an earlier point in time, normally within our body, our brain is controlling how much your breathing rate and your heart rate, and it figures things out. But now we start messing things up. Now what happens is, for the brain is working with you through your whole life. So as you're aging, and normally the brain, how it allocates energy is, it not only determines your breathing and heart rate, but it is the brain through the nervous system that is communicating to each part of the body how much oxygen they can draw from the blood supply, so that they can produce their local energy, which is the mixing of the sugar and the oxygen in every cell in the body. So what happens is, now as people age, automatically joints and places begin to become less smooth, not the same as before. Now, if you have to move the finger joint over here, it is the joint is here and the joint is here. But the muscles that are on the two sides of the joints are the one which are pulling it and pushing it in order to make it move, right? So what happens is, the brain is giving the same amount of energy as it was giving to you when you were 30 years younger, and the joints were in a better shape. So over a period of time, through the aging population, they feel stiffness in the joints, stiffness, maybe stiffness later becomes pain and things like that. So when you start doing Bhastrika, the brain suddenly finds it has its own mechanism of how much it's going to make you breathe and work on the heart rate. And suddenly it finds you're messing its program. So you start inhaling deeper. And so as the oxygen in the system increases, at one point in time, the brain becomes confused. In fact, what happens is, if you if you go on doing this breathing, like 200 breaths without stopping, you will faint and fall down. And that is, in the medical language, it's called respiratory alkalosis. Whereas on the other hand, this respiratory alkalosis, when it is controlled, where when you do 20 breaths at a time and you wait for the sensations to settle in the head, that's why we always focus on the head. I'm not worried about the vibrations you feel in other parts of the body. I'm particularly worried about vibrations that you feel in the upper part of the head, behind the forehead. And it could be in the form of heaviness. It could be in the form of tingling, whatever you have over there. Those are, if you have that present, we generally don't go into the next round. So when we do more and more rounds, the brain becomes, after a point in time, fully confused. There is too much oxygen available. And because there are various parts of the body which have been complaining, the brain finally decides, okay, now all of you can have more energy. And that's how you find joint pains and things become easier. Muscles become a little more easier. Now, what happens is it usually starts working from top down. So typically what will happen is, if the 5 rounds of Bhastrika is clearing all the channels in the upper part of the body, and when you did the 5th round, you had tingling that was coming towards your hip and your legs, and you stopped over there. And at night, if you find the hip is paining a little, or the legs have some kind of a tingling or anything, then what is really happening is the nadis were trying to push down into that area, but they were unsuccessful, because during the awake hours, when our mind and body is busy, the energy is being utilized in so many different ways. And so when you are ready to relax and go to sleep, the energy that is there is trying to push lower down to clear the nadis, going lower down into the body. And that is why people will typically get lower body sensations at night. If that is happening, very simple cure. What will happen is, if you continue doing, after a period of week or so, it will go away on its own. If you continue doing the 4 or 5 rounds of Bhastrika we are doing daily. But if you want to take care of it immediately, instead of doing just 4 or 5 rounds, continue doing more and more, maybe 7, 8, 10 rounds, till in the last round, when you do, there should be no sensations at all in you. If you have no sensations, it means the nadis are fully cleared out. Okay, so I thought I will explain this, because many people here are senior people, and people explained to me they had this sensation, so I explained that. Now, very quickly on this COVID vaccine, I recommend that all of you, if you have an opportunity, when the time comes, please take the COVID vaccine. But when you take the COVID vaccine, I've said this before, please make sure that after each vaccine shot, there are 2 shots, 1 month apart or approximately 1 month apart. After each shot, for the next 1 month, keep a very low profile, no excitement, no change in the type of food you eat and things. Keep a low profile. The reason is, once you get the vaccine shot, there is an overload in your immune system. And when there is an overload in the immune system, the normal immune system does not have spare capacity to deal with other issues that are going to come along. Now, about a week back, one of our local persons over here, some of you may know, Rekha Uppal, was talking to me, and I was telling her that because of this overload, the people who are the first line responders and the healthcare people who are being given this shot right now, if anybody is in the age group where they will be, like, say, between 45 and 60 years of age group, and they are having a hectic lifestyle where they are working like 12 hours a day and there is a lot of stresses coming on. And at the same time, let's say they have tensions within the family or whatever, these people are all likely to have significant reactions as a result of it, because they are not getting enough, the immune system is already in an overload and is having to take on more to protect the body. And so there was a report like a couple of days back. There was an OBGYN doctor who was like 56 years old or something. He developed reaction and died. So there is an investigation going on. And my sense is the people who are in the healthcare population providers, and particularly nurses who are doing long hours and who have tensions at home and things, they will have severe consequences. And this is the thing that all of you should avoid, not get in over there. We had also over here within our group, Kiran Guptaji, who explained, and I had explained this is what will happen. Once you take the shot, your immune system gets so overloaded, your meditation will not feel the same. The meditation connectivity will go down and it will take a period of time before it comes back. Okay. So please use caution and take rest when you take the vaccine. The vaccine is important. Otherwise, you cannot get back to normal life. So please do take the vaccine. Don't be afraid, but make sure you take rest and deep relaxation, and don't do anything out of the ordinary for 1 month after each shot. Okay, so with that, we'll close out here and we'll continue.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a very good night,
Good.
yoga
Thank you,
family.
Dr. Rajan. Thank you.
Namaste.
Nice.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Rajan.
Thank you.